Hi Vanessa.
Hi Emma.
This month, what we're in June now, aren't we? June 2021.
Yeah, I'm good. Just a little bit tired because I've been really, really busy. Yeah, just a little tired.
Yeah. We're going back to normal life, aren't we? We're going back to appointments, and we're going back to meeting up with people and having to find time to do those things that we weren't doing before. We started creating this new routine, and now we're going back to normal, and much more things to do on our list, haven't we? So it's about prioritizing again, I guess. So
it's about adjusting, isn't it? We're all sort of like coming out of that working the COVID sort of like thing, and then sort of like, like I did my first group in the Zen Space this week, and that was really, really lovely. So and that's the first time I've done an indoor group, so that was a bit different. To be honest with you, it was quite strange actually. I've got so used to working outside but that is a beautiful place, so it was like sitting in a beautiful, beautiful place. You didn't think you was in Spalding. You just thought you were in a, really calm, and the whole group was calm. It was a real calm space. So that was, and I think, so I'm just a bit tired.
What's the plan going forward with Zen Space then?
Hopefully it's going to be an activity group. So every week it'll be I want to get like light exercise. I want to get some meditation. Hopefully you might come and do some lovely work with me.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We might be able to do a podcast from there.
There's loads of opportunity.
Absolutely. I mean, next week we're playing board games.
Right.
Because a lot of my members, they live on their own, or they live in families. They don't play board games, and I've got loads of board games that have been donated in. So we're going to have a games afternoon, and I think, for that, somebody wants to learn how to play chess. One lady just said, I want to play snakes and ladders. Hey, you can play, you can do all those things. But you know what I found doing that group? There was so much happiness and smiles on their faces. It was uplifting for them. Very uplifting.
Good. That's brilliant. Sounds good. So so you've had a sort of busy week, feeling a bit tired. But what have you learned from this last sort of month of since we did the last podcast?
I think still to take that time for ourselves. I think in what we both do, we are very, very busy people, but I think sometimes taking that cup of tea for yourself, taking that moment just to sit and just be quiet and peaceful, doing that exercise class, just doing something for ourselves, and not always thinking, oh, well, I've got to do that, because sometimes those things can wait. I'm not saying our clients, but things around the house, or something, or we push ourselves too much sometimes, and then we're like, oh, when really those little things can wait. They can wait a little while. So yeah,
we've got this vision where everything needs to be perfect, haven't we?
And it shouldn't be.
The perfect house, perfect businesses,
yeah,
and we want everything to be just right, which is, it's nice to strive for perfection, but we're not necessarily always going to get there. No. And it's probably accepting that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right.
And feeling comfortable with things being okay.
Yeah, it's okay, just taking that moment. It's so special just to take that moment, because you just need to sit there and breathe. Even if you take a few breathing exercises, that's so beneficial to you. And I think it's just putting these things into your daily life. Right, this is the time I'm going to have a cup of tea, I'm going to have that 5 minutes. Making that plan around 5-10 minutes is so beneficial. People just don't realise how beneficial it is.
Yeah, just 5 or 10 minutes out of your day. I mean, we're all we can be all really, really busy, but 5 to 10 minutes is really achievable, isn't it? Really achievable.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So what have I learned? I've been thinking about this. A couple of things. Probably the first one is exactly the same as you. So it was the school holidays last week or the week before, can't remember all the days. And I was finding that I couldn't get on with all the things that I wanted to do because the kids were off, and I was spending time with them when I was thinking, oh, maybe I should be doing this and I should be doing that, and then I thought, no, actually I should be spending time with the kids and doing that absolutely guilt-free, without guilt feeling of having to juggle all the time. So there's that. And another thing I've been really concentrating on this month is my general nutrition and exercise, which, it's getting that time of the year, isn't it, where we're wearing different clothes and we feel maybe a little bit of a complex about the way we look. But exercise for me, knowing what I know about the brain, is more about brain health and being healthy on the inside before external. But I've been really concentrating on just eating better, and when you eat better and you're exercising, for me that's a way of showing yourself that you're appreciating yourself, and it's a bit of self-care in a way, isn't it?
Totally.
You appreciate yourself enough to want to look after yourself, so I think that's a real indicator that things are going well, which is nice.
I agree. I think
and you feel so much better when you eat well. We all know that, don't we? It's so easy.
we do
so easy to want to get a takeaway, or and that's fine because you can do that in moderation, but just feeling so much more awake. That's been really good for me this month. Really good.
Yeah, I can relate to that, especially with the exercise. I mean, I love exercise. I just think, that's me time. When I sort of like go to a class or do a bit of spinning or anything like that, I think that's me time. That's absolutely meeting different people, in these classes, and it's just so much fun. People speak to each other, and it's just it's a social thing as well, without actually, going out, is in getting dressed up, and that's all nice, but it's a social thing, and it's just nice to do, isn't it? It's just nice to, like we do with the running group and everything, it's just nice to see each other and have a little bit of a chat.
It is, and the running group's going really well, isn't it? And we and just walk, just not necessarily always running. We do a bit of running, bit of walking, depending on your fitness levels. But also it's a nice chance just to get together and just have a chat, like you said, and it's something to look forward to get out and do.
I mean, I think that was one of the main reasons that it was set up, for that reason. So it was, if somebody just wanted to come along and just walk and have a chat, that's what it was designed for. It was like a bit of exercise, because even if you don't run, you're walking, you're still doing. I think I logged it once, and I think we walked around that track, and we did about 2 miles. So there you go.
Yeah, that's 2 miles you wouldn't have been doing if you hadn't have been to the group.
And especially the time we do it, it's in the evening, that's that nice time of day, when you should be slowing down a little bit, you should be sort of like, calming down, and it's time for you. And with you doing a little bit of meditation at the end, I try not to fall asleep.
It's nice just to sort of move your body, get your body moving. Whether, like you said, whether that's just slow walking or you can run as fast as you want, it's completely up to you. And then just having that rest at the end, just to rest the mind and the body, it's really good.
Well, it's sort of like, if you want to come to the group, it's we're there to support you, but you do what you would like to do. There's nothing forced in our groups. Nothing's forced, right? You must come here and you must do this. It's like, if you want to walk, you walk. If you want to run, you run. We cater to their needs, don't we? We cater to their needs, and I think that's quite nice about exercise, because sometimes when we're thrown into classes, you sort of like think, oh, I've got to do it like that, or you push yourself a little bit too much sometimes, I think.
Yeah. And it's nice that I won't mention the lady's name who came to the group last night, but when she very first started, she would probably run for 25 to 30 seconds at a time, which is a really great way to start getting to run if that's what you want to do. And last night she managed to run for 60 seconds at a time, which is a massive improvement.
That is a really, definitely.
And it's a really nice achievement as well to sort of, you know.
Absolutely, well done her.
Yeah. That was awesome as well. So yeah, you know, there's no pushing. It's just doing what you want to do when you want to do it, how you want to do it.
And I think it's nice as well that we haven't got a bit, we you know, I don't want us to get that big that we can't cope with it. So having just a few people is brilliant. It's just brilliant, you know. I think it will grow as time gets on, but you know, we've only just started launching it again. So it's very, you know, I've got one more date to put in that I'm going to put in soon, you know. But a lot of people don't like big crowds of people, you know, so having it small is very, very, I think it's nice.
Yeah, definitely. So what was we going to talk about this week, this month? So we mentioned laughter, didn't we?
Yes.
We were having a chat before we sort of started recording. We're talking about laughter because I had something crazy happen to me last night. I was obviously fast asleep in the middle of the night, and then I woke myself up really laughing my head off, really giggling, and then I couldn't stop. I woke myself up, woke my partner up, who thinks I'm an absolute lunatic, and couldn't stop laughing. And it got us thinking about laughter and how we feel when we laugh and when we're uplifted, and that when we're around people who are positive, and how that can really change our mood from being quite low or feeling down or depressed or sad or even angry, and then being around different people, they sort of can be quite contagious, can't they? We can sort of catch other people's moods, which is a little bit like what you do in your groups, Vanessa.
Yeah, in my groups, I mean, anybody that comes to my group will laugh quite a lot, because it's I'm a very positive person, and my groups have always been designed to come and go out feeling better about yourself, feeling you know that you know. And do you know what, from the members that I do have, it is actually that, and the members take it on board. When they come into a group, they'll go, I'm feeling a bit like this, but can we talk about it a bit later? They don't want to talk it into a group thing, because the thing is, their time is precious there, and they do want to laugh. And we have some right giggles, and it can be the simplest of things. I've got a couple of comedians in my group, so you have to watch what they come out with. I'm not in a disrespectful way, but in a really sort of like funny way. They'll say something, and then 10 minutes later, I'll probably get it. I went, oh, and then I start laughing about it. So the groups are like that. They're very uplifting. And we put all that positive stuff in. When somebody's feeling a bit gloomy, there's usually somebody in the room giving them a bit of advice, or, but usually that advice will make them smile, will make them feel, I think we can all feel a bit like down and everything like that. But for me, if I'm feeling like that, as much as, sometimes it can't be helped, I try and do that sort of like happy gratitude, where you go to something, even if it's a memory from years ago or something, I'll think about something that happened or something that made me laugh, and I'm back there and I'm laughing. Or put on your favourite comedy.
We can do that internally, can't we? We've got the power within it.
Absolutely.
To change how we're thinking and how we're feeling. And we often don't realise that, but we can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
One of my favourite sayings is, if you think you can't, then you can't. If you think you can, then you can.
You can.
Yeah. And you've got that ability to switch that around. And I don't know if anybody's listened to me on Inspired to Change, talking about the upstairs brain and the downstairs brain. The downstairs is the survival part, which we get into that fear response and that negativity.
Yeah.
We've got the intellectual part, which is where we can be creative, find solutions and things like that. So we can literally switch from one brain to the another if we want to, so we can feel more positive. But obviously other people who are uplifting around us can really help us to do that. It makes it much more easier. So going to your groups, going to see a solution focused therapist like me, it's my aim to switch that around and enable that person to see the positives and feel a bit lighter, a bit happier. So that's something that we both do in completely different ways.
We both do that, you know. I mean, it's like if I do meet somebody and they're a bit low and everything like that, my main aim is to make them smile. My main aim is to make them laugh. And do you know what? I don't know how I do it, but I do it. You know, I do make them. I think because I am sort of like so positive, you couldn't be miserable around me. I sort of like, you know, well, I won't allow it. You know, what all the stuff, you know, come on, you know, no. But you know, I do allow it. But I know there's a better way of feeling, you know, when you've got everything against you, and I get that. I do get that. It's picking up those good things in your life that you can, yes, there's that stuff happening, and you know, that doesn't need to be dealt with, but you have got this and that. Not everybody's life is completely, you know, you can focus on something that will make you smile or make you feel a bit better. It could be anything. It could be anything. But I think it's like we've got to focus more on that good stuff and not focus on that bad stuff, because I think that bad stuff wins all the time if you let it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Wins completely. And I'm sorry, I'm in control of me, and I don't want that to win.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's, you know, it's taking control back for yourselves, isn't it? It's taking that control back.
It's great for us to have negative thoughts in the fact
of course.
Understanding what we need to change or fix, or understanding what's going on around us. You know, all emotions like sadness, you know, fear. It's good for us to have those negative thoughts so we can understand it. But like you said to me earlier, I don't know if it was when we were recording or not, it's not great to get stuck there.
No.
Is it?
No.
It's great in the immediate, so we can understand how we need to change it, how we can do things differently in the future. But not to get stuck there in this negative cycle where everything's doom and gloom.
Yeah.
You can't see the
you can't see the lights. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what I did when I was in that sort of like, because I've not always been this positive person, you know, it's took lots of practice, but when I was stuck there, I wrote that plan. I got a piece of paper and I wrote things down there, and I literally just, you know, thought, right, what makes me happy? What makes me sad? What can't I change? What can I change? Because when you put it back on a piece of paper, or even sort of, it's so powerful, because we have got a lot of power that we don't realize, but it's challenging that power that we have to change things and just going for it. You know what, if you need a little bit of help, then you go and ask for that help, because there's a majority of people out there that will help you with that. And making that plan is brilliant.
That's what sort of therapy and you know, groups that you run, Vanessa, it's like a sounding board, isn't it? Because when we're stuck in our own thoughts and we're have our own sort of internal dialogue of things, it's hard to see those things. So it's nice to have someone to sort of mirror it back to you. Say, oh, actually, I can do that. I never realised that before. And it's nice to have somebody to bounce those ideas with, and that's for me what therapy's all about, is getting you to recognise what is good and what you can do.
And that's what's good about the groups. So what's good about the groups, because they definitely do get that sort of, they get those ideas, you know, because with all the stuff that I've been through and everything, I use my stuff to then help them, you know. And some weeks we just sit there and chat, but it's all positive stuff. It's, you know, and it's not like we're in a group and like you speak. It's just having a conversation. We don't even say, there's not. Oh,
we've lost you there. There we go.
I'm here. It's not as even if it's not sort of like, it's not therapy based or anything like it. It's just a group of people coming in, sitting down. We've all been through our own mental health and journey, and it's really just sharing little positive stuff. But because I'm there, and I've been there for quite a while, when they come in, I like to uplift them, and it works. It absolutely works. I don't think anybody's gone, out of the groups feeling worse. They've always gone, and I get thank you for today, Vanessa, little text messages later, thank you for today, you made me think about something. And that's what it is, planting that seed in the brain so they can go away, and they're not focusing then on that negative. They're thinking, oh, today at the group, that happened. And I mean, I have some amazing people that a year ago, I see them now and I'm like, wow, look at you, look how well you're doing. And they go, I don't see it like that. I said, well, I do. I see the change in you.
Yeah.
But my aim is to get them stronger so they can cope on their own without always, being, because you need to move forward. You need to be able to go, right, I can do this. It's nice to have that bit of support, but you need to move forward and see if you can be strong enough to challenge it yourself.
Exactly. It's a little bit, again, going back to our conversation before, where we were talking about that resilience of, if you've got this sort of, I talk about the bucket of stress. If your stress bucket is full and it starts to overflow, then you can't cope with things. You just can't cope. You feel overwhelmed. But if your bucket is empty, when something in life comes along, like a big problem, and it falls into your bucket, you've got the capacity there to deal with it and cope with it without it overflowing and getting the overwhelm. So it's life, getting mentally well isn't about everything going to plan and everything being perfect and you being happy forever. It's about being able to cope with what life throws at you and having that resilience. So you can bend and flex, and it's not going to knock you off your feet, isn't it? That's definitely that's what it's about. Yeah, fab. So yeah, can you remember the last time, Vanessa, that you belly laughed and you absolutely couldn't stop laughing?
Now I am. Can you? I can. Yeah, I can. It was Christmas. It was Christmas Day. It was Christmas Day. Well, it was my daughter laughed more than me. I mean, I didn't know I was doing it. As I am a lady at a certain age, so I'm going through the menopause. So the brain thinks the mouth doesn't always work the brain. So things come out a bit wrong. My speech can be a bit funny. And this particular day, it was Christmas Day, and I was tired because, remember I cooked for everybody and everything, and took them meals round and everything. So we sat at the table and my daughter said something. And I talked back to her. She started laughing. And I said, what? She says, Mum, you didn't make any sense. It was like, she said, it literally come out, not even words. She says, I didn't realise I'd said it. But because she was laughing, I was laughing at her, laughing at me. And it was just so funny. We couldn't stop laughing for at least about an hour. And every time she looked at me, she couldn't stop laughing. And do you know what? It was a private thing because nobody else in the room really got what we were doing. But it was just, and I was laughing so much because I love to hear my children laugh. But that was just like, she just couldn't stop. I mean, at one point she goes, oh, I'm going to wee myself. She's like, oh my God. Because it was funny. Wore us both out there. But isn't it good? It made me feel so good.
Yeah, because when you laugh, you're actually causing physical pain in your body because you're scrunching up your tummy muscles and your face muscles and everything. So you release endorphins in your brain, which is like a pain relief, an immediate pain relief. So you're getting all of these endorphins that make you feel amazing when you're laughing, which is and you get that really good feel good. And then when you see somebody else laugh, for your brain to understand what they're feeling, you have to do the same. It's called mirror neurons. So if I was to sort of look quite sad, you would probably look quite sad back to tell me that you understand how I feel. So when we're laughing, it's catching, like I said before, we catch that feel good, and it's really funny, isn't it? I love it. I love it when when your face hurts and you're crying and you just can't stop.
Oh, it's the best feeling in the whole world. And I think for me, if you have something, say like you have something, a video, or you have, I have family videos that I just watch because it makes me feel happy and it makes me laugh again. I think when you're having those, I always say, I've made calm boxes in my groups. We've made calm boxes. No calm box, they put all their favorite things. They might put their favorite chocolate, their favorite picture, their favorite DVD, and something that makes them smile. I did it years ago with people, and it's a go-to box when they're having that bad day. And I always say something, get that favorite video, put it on, because instantly your mood absolutely changes, and it really does.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a really good thing because I just love that feeling. That feeling really makes you feel good.
Yeah. I don't know, not everybody liked the program Friends, the American.
I love it.
Because they did the reunion, didn't they?
I haven't seen it, but my daughter said it was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, it just took me back to a time in my life when Friends was kind of first on the TV and we were going through those series, and how you can just sort of, and even now actually, you put Friends on and you almost instantly feel good and laugh. Yeah. Even though you know exactly what they're going to say, it still makes you laugh.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I always put Friends on.
Yeah, it's just one of those things you can have on in the background and it will just uplift your mood instantly.
I don't know if you've seen that new thing on Netflix. You probably have that. It's called Afterlife with Ricky Gervais in it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now you see, that is supposed to be quite sad because it's about losing his wife and everything. But you know what? He's so clever. How he's made that so funny, and how because when you look at that, you think, hey, he's not wrong. But it's just, I've barely laughed at that. And I think afterwards I've gone, I shouldn't have laughed at that. But he's just being real. He's just being real. And you know what? I just think it's, I think things like that. And, you don't think too deeply about it, because I think then but he's done it because he's a very clever writer as well. He's done it. And it's just brilliant. I think things like that really can make you look at things differently as well.
Yeah, it's an absolutely beautifully written series, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Really, really well made, and I'd both recommend that to anybody.
Oh, definitely recommend it.
There's a way of understanding the grieving process. Really.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. There's some laughs. There's some sad bits in there. And I think it's like a life lesson, really, in a sense. He's very, very clever. I love him as an actor anyway. And I just think, even watching some of his stuff, some of his stand-up stuff and stuff like that, I think for me, I think that's what laughter's about. Laughter's about connecting with that person that makes you laugh, and just thinking, I need a bit more of that today, and watch it.
Exactly.
I know when I watch Friends, so I've had a hard day and I've come in and I'm tired and everything, and I don't really want to watch anything too deep, put Friends on in the background, I'm glued to the television, knowing that I've seen it 1,000 times and I'm laughing, and it's just brilliant.
Yeah. Fab. Right, I think we'll wrap it up then for today.
Okay. Yeah.
We've had some laughs.
Yeah.
And then hopefully next month we'll
hopefully have another guest speaker. Yeah, have another guest speaker next month.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to be a guest speaker and talk about their mental health journey, then let us know. Send us a DM and let Vanessa know if you'd like to do that, and we can have a chat and maybe sort something out.
Definitely.
Right, so have a good month, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.